Dear students, in the last lecture, I explained how to install Wolfram Cloud app. Now we discuss how to use this app and we also discuss some basics. Once you install Wolfram Cloud, then you can open that app and you will see such screen. Then you have to enter your Wolfram ID and password. Okay, password is sent to you to your registered email address by Wolfram. You need to put your password and press sign in. Once you sign in, you will see this screen where there are files and folders already created by you. If you are using first time, then you will not see such files. Then you can see three horizontal lines on the left corner. If you click here, then you will find some menus. Here you can see create new notebook. Okay. If you click this, then this will be new notebook where you can start working. Okay. There is a button new cell. Just click. There are different options. Initially, we select Wolfram language. Okay. And now start typing your commands. Let us take some basic commands, say basic arithmetic 478. Okay, this button, if you press this button, then you will see different options. Okay. As usual, you can select different options. Say 478. Now I'm using star. That means multiplication 36. Now how to run the command? Here you can see one spiky icon. Okay, you have to click or touch this icon so that command will be executed. Okay, so this is your output. So in1 means first input, out1 means first output. Okay, then you can copy, then paste. Okay, here you can find different options. Then this button can be used for Wolfram documentations. Okay, or help menu. If you click, then you will be able to find details about any command. Okay, so there are different options like core language and structure, data manipulation and analysis, visualization and graphics, machine learning, and so on. Okay, so Mathematica software is used by not only mathematicians but also physicists, even biologists, and in other sciences also. This software is used in industries also. Okay, so many things which are related to engineering and other sciences are available. Okay, for our purpose, we will discuss some basic things. Okay, and the things which will be useful to us. So instead of using mobile, I will use web version of from cloud to explain the basics. Okay, so I'm sharing the web version of Wolfram Cloud. You can search Google about Wolfram Cloud. This is website wolframcloud.com. Again, you have to sign in with your user ID and password. As already discussed in last lecture, first you need to register for this. Once registration is complete, you will receive password in 2-3 days. Okay. As in Android app, here you need to put your user ID, that is your email address and your password. Okay. Then sign in. Now this is web version. You can click new notebook. Let us consider first thing, that is very basic thing, that is function in mathematics. How to define function using Mathematica. Okay, Mathematica software or from cloud app. Okay, so suppose we want to define simple function. In this web version, you just start typing. Okay, so here I'm typing f of x. Okay, I will explain the syntax. Let me write this is called as a cell. Here you can find settings. If you click, then there are different options like evaluate cell. Okay, so there are different options. You can press this button. Okay, there is cut, copy, paste, and so on. This is formatting. Font size, I need larger font size. Okay. So what is syntax? Syntax is write the name of function. Okay. First thing is name of function. Then followed by square bracket. In that bracket, you need to put variables. Okay. Variable, name of variable followed by underscore. Okay. So here x underscore, x is variable, then equal to, and then next to that write your definition. For example, here we want to define x raised to 4 minus 2x plus 1. Okay. Now how to execute this command? As we have seen, in mobile there is spiky icon that you can press. If you are using laptop, then you can use this evaluate cell either, or you can use the key combination shift and enter. Okay, so keep pressing shift and then press enter. Okay, so here you can see IN1 OUT1 means input 1 output 1. So this is accepted by Mathematica. Okay, so earlier okay, there are some important color codes. Okay, earlier the color of F was blue. Okay, if I am writing here Z, okay, you can see the color of Z is blue. Okay, F becomes black means it is accepted, but accepted by Mathematica. Okay, everything which is either inbuilt in Mathematica or which is accepted by Mathematica, it is shown by black color. Okay, if there is a red color, then there should be some error. Okay, now how to execute these things? I mean, now I'm going to use this function f. Okay, so evaluating function at different points. Okay, just a minute. Suppose we want to evaluate this function at different points. Say f of 4. Okay, everything you should put in square bracket. Okay, this is answer 249. Okay, you may need various values, I mean values of f at various points at once. Then you can use this list. Okay, this is list in Mathematica. In this list, I may write f of 2.3, f of minus 4.1, comma, f of 99, okay, and so on, and then run. Okay, so output is also a list. So first entry is f of 2.3, second is f of minus 4.1, and so on. Okay, so this is about defining one variable function and evaluating at different points. Okay, now there are so many inbuilt functions in Mathematica. For example, Mathematica has all the trigonometric functions, exponential functions, so many special functions. Okay, so what is syntax? How to use trigonometric functions? Okay, for example, we want to evaluate sine pi by 2. Okay, so this is sine. Once I'm starting these letters sin, then there are so many options as a drop down menu. Okay, so Mathematica is now very user friendly. Okay, using Mathematica is not difficult. You don't have to remember so many things. Okay, just start typing basic commands. Okay, say if I am typing S, first letter should be capital. Remember, in Mathematica, for all the inbuilt commands, first letter should be capital. Okay, so S, then I. Okay, if I am typing S and I, there are so many options like sine, SIGN, that sign, simplify, simplex, okay, and so on. Okay, if I'm not sure about some command, what to do? Just go to that command. Here you can find symbol I. Okay, just click that symbol. You will get more information about that command. Okay, on right file. It may take some time. Okay, so here SIGN, this is built-in symbol. More information is given here. SIGN of X gives -1, 0, or 1 depending on whether X is negative, 0, or positive. Okay, so SIGN of 5 is +1, SIGN of -3 is -1, and SIGN of 0 is 0. Okay, sign of positive number is 1, negative number is -1, and 0 is 0. Okay, so such commands are very useful while writing computer programs. Okay, and some more information is given, also given in this panel. Okay, further, if you type some command, then here also you can find this button. If you click, you will get the syntax. Okay, suppose you don't remember the syntax of some command, just click this, type that command, click here, you will find the syntax and information in short. Okay, anyway, we were interested in sine function, sin. Sine of, I want to find value of pi by 2, for example. Then how to use pi thing? Use pi, p should be capital, again pi. Okay, sine pi by 2, and then run. Okay, so this is answer. Answer is 1. Now let us see cos 4 and run. Answer is cos 4. So is it impossible for Mathematica to compute cos of 4? Actually, Mathematica is very powerful and it can handle so many difficult tasks. Okay, so it is not impossible, but you know that cos of 4 is irrational number, and if we have some irrational number, then we cannot find its exact value. Okay, its decimal expansion continues. It will not stop at any point. Okay, so what is exact value of cos of 4? It is cos of 4 only. Okay, so we can only have approximate value of cos of 4. Whatever software you may use or whatever computer, powerful computer you may have, okay, you will get only approximate value. Okay, so how to get approximate value of cos of 4? There are different options. Either you can use the Mathematica command capital N for numerical value, capital N of cos of 4 means this will provide approximate value. Okay, so approximate value is minus 0.653644. Okay, another option is instead of N, you can use cos of 4.0. Okay, instead of 4, write down cos of 4.0 and run. Okay, again you will get that approximate value. So similarly, we will have other trigonometric functions. Okay, so you may check more information about these things. Okay, so once you click this I symbol, you will find more information about cosine. Okay, here you will find some more commands like arc cos. This is for cosine inverse. Okay, inverse trigonometric functions are also available in Mathematica. So this A should be capital, arc, and C should be capital. Okay, then say sine, degree, and so on. Okay, so many things are available. There are tutorials also. Okay, so some mathematical functions, elementary transcendental functions, these are tutorials. Then you can find guides. Okay, pre-college education, trigonometric functions, mathematical functions, and so on, elementary functions. Okay, just click this thing and get more information. For example, let us click this mathematical functions. Okay, so this is pi, capital Pi, E is given by capital E, then real for complex numbers. Okay, capital I is for complex I, RE for real part of complex number, RE of, okay, for example, I'm writing RE of 3 minus 7, I is capital, okay, 100. Okay, so 3 is real part. If we replace this by I am imaginary, then it will provide imaginary part. Okay, imaginary part is minus 7. Then ABS means absolute value mod of that complex number. Okay. Conjugate, complex conjugate, argument of complex number, and so on. These are 3 dots. If you click, you will get more information about complex numbers. Okay. Here you can click on this name also, complex numbers. Okay. Then arithmetic functions, plus, minus, times, power, and so on. Okay. Numerical functions, absolute value, round off, floor function, minimum, maximum, and so on. Okay. exp is used for E. For the exponential function, there are 2 options. Either you can use capital E raised to x. Okay. So E raised to 3.2, or you can find exp of 3.2. You can use argument as complex number also. Okay. E raised to 3 minus 2i. Okay. You may use complex expand, okay, or simplify, and so on. Then log to the base 10. SQRT is for square root. Okay. Mathematica commands are user friendly. That means from the name itself, you can guess what will be its use. Okay. Then Dirac delta, heavy side theta. Yesterday we discussed about heavy side unit step function. Okay. So it is there. Integer functions module. This is related to number theory. Okay. So Mathematica is not only useful in our course, but it is useful in other courses also. You just have to use this help menu either, or you can also see the documentation. Okay, here you can find the button all from documentation. So you will find so many solved examples, more detailed documentations. Okay, so learning Mathematica is very simple and it is useful in various courses. Okay, it is useful in statistics also. Okay, these are random numbers, signal oriented functions, and so on. Okay, so let us move to next point. Okay, once we see one command, then there are different options. You can find different related commands. Okay, so my next aim is to explain about Okay, this f of x is called as user defined function. Okay, so this sine cos n, these are inbuilt functions. Okay, what we define it is called as user defined function. Okay. Now let us consider multivariable function. Okay, so of course we can define function from Rm to Rn as you study in the course of advanced calculus. Okay, so syntax is very similar. Let us take function z. I'm using three input variables, say x underscore comma y underscore comma z underscore. Don't forget to put underscore after your independent variable. Okay, equal to. Once you put equal to, the color will be green. Okay, say sine of x square plus y square minus e raised to 0.01 z. Okay, let us run. Okay, it is accepted by Mathematica. Now evaluate at some point, say g of 0.1, 3.2 and minus 8.4 and run. Okay, so answer is minus 1.65. Okay, approximately. You may so this is function from R3 to R. You may have function from R3 to R2. Okay, so how to define such function? I will use this function. Just I will do small change. Okay, I'm using copy and paste. So instead of z, I will use now z1. Okay, function name need not be single letter. Okay, you can write any word else. Okay, so let us consider z1 of xyz. Right hand side is in R2. Okay, so values are in R2. What I have to do, I have to use list. Okay, so I will put this in list. First entry comma, second entry. Second entry, let us take some function. Say x plus 6y raised to 2 minus cos z. Okay, something like this. Okay, and now shift enter and execute at some point. Say z1 at some point. Okay, so there are two values, minus 0.5 and 36.5 approximately. Okay, so in the similar way, you can have such functions from Rn to Rn. Next thing I want to discuss is about plotting. Okay, um, so I will discuss very basic things about plotting, and then whenever required, we will discuss more details about plotting. Okay, so what are commands to plot functions in Mathematica? The command is again user friendly. Its name is plot. Okay. Again, remember two things. First letter should be capital, and second thing is arguments should be in square bracket. Okay. So plot, P-L-O-T. Square bracket. Then first entry should be name of function. Here I have to plot function f. So f of x. Okay. Then comma. And then we need to mention, we need to write a list mentioning three entries. First entry is name of variable, independent variable, comma. Then range for this function, lower value and higher value. Say x is from 0 to 10, for example. Okay. We will change this range as per our requirement and then run. Okay. You may use this command, evaluate cell. Okay. So this is your output. If you click this figure, then you can change its size. Okay. So this is your curve. F of x, x raised to 4 minus 2x plus 1. Okay. There are different options in the command plot. So what we can do? We can give labels to the axis. We can give different colors to this graph. Okay. And so on. There are so many things to do. So how to give labels to axis? After this command, you need to put comma and then use the option access label. A should be capital. Start typing access. L should be capital. L-A-B-E-L. Access label. Then put arrow. How to put arrow? Use the sign minus and greater than. Okay. Using your keyboard. Okay. So it will change to arrow. Now labels to axis. Horizontal axis, let us give name as x, vertical axis as y. Okay, and run. Suppose you want to call vertical axis as f instead of y, then you need to put f in quotation marks because f is already there. Okay, color of x is blue, color of f is black. Okay, so it is already there. So if you want f to vertical axis, then put quotation marks. Okay, and then run. It will take as it is. Okay, now you can see name of vertical axis as f. Okay. Okay, the access labels, font of access labels is small. It can also be increased. Okay. What will happen if we just put f without these quotation marks? Let us see. It will take that function. Okay. Actually, it is taking f in this app. If you are using Mathematica software, then it will take value of that function. Maybe put f of x. Let us see what happens. Okay, sorry. So when we use x and f of x, then it is taking actual value of f of x, that is x raised to 4 minus 2x plus 1. Okay. Now we can plot two or more functions in a single window. Okay. So how to do that? Let us see. If we want two or more functions, then we have to use a list. Again, in that list, just uh, enter your function. Say sine x and cos x. And now run. We may change the range, say minus 10 to plus 10. Okay, so these are two functions as per our requirement. Now we know this blue is sin x because sin 0 is 0. This is origin. But in general, we may not be able to recognize the color of that function. Okay, so what to do in that case? We can ask Mathematica to assign different colors to different curves. Okay, so in this case, we can use option plot style. Okay, so comma P should be capital, plot, again S should be capital, plot style, then put arrow using minus and greater than symbol. Again, put a list of different styles. Your style may be different color, or maybe style as dash line, dotted line, or dash dot. Okay, let us see. Blue, red. We may put one more function, say sin x, cos x, and say we can take e raised to say 0.001x. Okay, and we can put one more color, say brown. Okay, again for this color, these are inbuilt things. First letter should be capital. Now run. Okay, so actually this exponential is growing with x, and sine and cos are bounded. Okay, so instead of exponential, we may take, let me take again sine. Okay, so sine of 0.001x. Let us take. Okay, so this has curve function, but it is again, I'm changing. Okay, fine. So this look good. So these are three functions with different colors. We may use, okay, if we are printing these things, okay, then we may not be able to distinguish these colors if print is black and white. Okay, so what to do in that case? We can use dashed, dotted, like plot styles. Okay, so along with red, okay, so again we will use list for second curve. Okay, so red comma dashed, and for this brown comma dotted and run. Okay, now you can distinguish even if there is no any, even if it is printed in black and white. Okay? Fine. there are so many options in plot. I suggest you to read the related document. Okay, so go to this plot style. Here you can find this. Okay, so more information is there. Click this I. Okay, so plot style is there. Okay. So if you read this document, then you will find various plot styles. Okay. There are tutorials, options for graphics. Okay. So we just have used 2-3 options. Options like we use 2 options, access label and plot style. There are so many options in graphics. Okay. So use this options in graphics. Okay. Aspect ratio, okay, horizontal to vertical, okay, width to height. Then access label, we have seen access origin. In general it may not be at 00, okay, so we can specify access origin to be 00 or whatever we want. Okay, there are so many such options. Frame, you can put frame, grid lines and so on. Okay, so if you read this document, you will be able to see so many such options. Okay, Mathematica is able to sketch very difficult graphs like sine 1 upon x. Okay, so you can see such graph. Okay, this is filling axis. Okay, we can plot. We can have 3D, three-dimensional plotters. Okay, so here is one example. Okay, let us sketch our function. This is okay. We need a function of the form z is equal to f of xy. Okay, so 2-variable function. We can plot such function. Say f1 f1 of x y equal to, now we use 2-variable function, say x square plus y square. Okay, and run. Let us sketch this function. We will have 3D plot. Okay, so command is plot 3D, plot 3D. Then first entry is name of function f1 of x1, comma. We need 2 lists for range of x and range of y. So first is range of x. X is from say -5 to 5, and similarly y is also from -5 to 5. You may take any other range. Okay, so this is surface z is equal to x square plus y square. Okay, if you click this, then okay, you can drag your mouse and view this surface from different angles. You can rotate, you can do anything like this. Okay, so you need to click using your mouse and just drag. Okay, keep left key pressed. Okay. There are different options for 3D plot also. You can click this and get more information about three-dimensional plotting. Okay, you can have multiple plots in a single window, as we discussed for 2D plot. Okay, you can use different colors, you can use grid lines, whatever you want. Okay, so these are more details. Okay. Next time we discuss some more things about from cloud. I suggest you to download this and practice these basic things. Okay, in case any problem, write to me. Thank you.